Hi guys, another charity shop purchase. Bought this just before Christmas. British Heart Foundation. Little radio controlled car, 99p. No batteries. On. 40 megahertz, 40 megahertz. This is my own transmitter, didn't come with the car, but not a lot happening. So I should take it apart, see if there's anything obvious, see if we can fix it. If not, it's a spare parts one. Well, nothing obvious wrong with it, no sign of water damage. Turn that so we can see it. So we're getting voltage from the battery. Through the switch. Cool, that's a bit stiff. I see, that's not holding it down. That solder blob's holding it in place. Haven't got my soldering iron here. So I might have to go and get it. I've desoldered the circuit board from the battery terminal so that I can actually lift it off the chassis. Then I've this green wire here, there's a few green wires, but that one there I've then taken from the battery terminal and soldered it back to where it would have been, so we've actually got the circuit complete. Because we've disconnected it, the aerial was no longer connected, so I've temporarily soldered a bit of wire onto the antenna terminal, and what I'm doing now is just going through with poke and hope, as I call it, just touching terminals or contacts that I think might be suitable. I've got my meter connected to the battery terminal there, and then this is the other end of the meter. And what I've found is if I go along the back of the chip, I just turn that over, that's the controller chip just there. Then I find that if I touch one side of my meter to, what would that be? Which end's number one? That's number one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, no, 4, number 4. So I'm applying a voltage via my meter to that terminal, and it works then. I say that terminal, that tag on the controller chip. So I suppose I could get the data sheet for that chip and see if I can find out what that tag is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could do a real bodge and just connect a wire directly from, well, directly from earth actually, earth, ground, to that point, probably with a resistor of some sort, and it may well work. I've been playing around with this now, trying to work out exactly what I need to attach to that pin on that controller chip, and I've found if I use this and attach it to one of the wires there, I do get some sort of service. It does work. It doesn't work quite right because I'm holding the button down continuous and we're getting a pulsing signal. If I attach it to one of the wires going to the back motor, that seems to work. I expect it's still pulsing, but it's not so obvious. So it's a temporary bodge. I think I'll do that and see if we can put it together and make it work. Okay guys, that's it, fixed. Don't ask me why it works. I've connected a wire to the brown wire going to the to the motor. I've connected it to this, I assume it's a capacitor of some sort or other. It's labelled 2AA72K, whatever it is. Maybe somebody can tell me. And that's going to pin 4 of the controller chip. And that works. It doesn't work perfectly, it's pulsing in some way or other. Obviously that capacitor is being charged and discharged, so that's affecting the back motor. It's not entirely obvious holding it like this. I'll screw it back together and then we'll see how it runs. pulsing's more obvious now. But that'll do for me, because that'll work in a boat and you won't even notice that pulsing then. So, no idea how I fixed it, but it works.